So, um, just here. Uh, Want to try something new. It's called. I just want to just talking life with Papa Jojo. Almost anything goes. I don't know. I just always wanted to start a little. I guess you want to start a little podcast or a little chat where we can talk about anything you wanna talk about. Fishing, hunting. I'm not an expert on anything really. Well, on talking. uh, just uh, you have things you want to talk about, things you want to get off your chest, things you want to just kind of I don't know, just chatting. You want to talk about life, want to talk about health, want to talk about exercising. Uh, you want to talk about things you ever wanted to do and you haven't started. You want to talk about how to get motivated to starting things. Um, I don't know, man. It's just things sometimes. Sometimes I want to start things, and I get into the procrastination the mode where I talk to my wife about it, talk to my son about it, and I talk to myself about it. But I think I talk myself out of it more than anything else because I don't know if you feel this way, but sometimes I feel like people are gonna people are gonna judge me more of what I think of what I'm afraid of what they think about what I'm starting or what I want to do, and it's kind of the other way around. I think it's what I think, and that stops me from doing so many things that I want to do. Well, it used to, and then I just kind of like kicked that out the window, and I started doing whatever I wanted to do, and it made me happy. So, what I'm trying to say is, if you have something to do, life is too short. You got to go out there and just do it. Sometimes we may not have, no, we don't have the time that we really think we have. I'm 58 years old. Seems like a long time. But to me, 58 years has gone like that. I think when we realize that we look back in our lives and we haven't really accomplished 20% of the things that we want to accomplish, it's because we procrastinate so many things in our lives because we're afraid. Are we afraid, or we are afraid of what? Hey, hey, Red, how you doing? Uh, I started it. Can you believe that? I started the podcast or the show. I'm talking about wanting to start things and how we people procrastinate on doing things because we're afraid of what people. Hi, Atlas. How you doing, buddy? That's my nephew. Uh, Good kid, fishing, future fisherman. Hope you're doing okay, Atlas. How you doing, bud? Uh, Uncle Joe loves you. I'm talking about. I think a lot of times we don't do things because we're afraid of what people say or what people think about us. Oh, he's happy. That's good, buddy. Um, uh, that's another thing. We stop from doing things, and You see, it's like Atlas. Atlas is
Mm.
he loves me too. Oh, I love you too, buddy. I love you so much. He is he is the reason, and kids are the reason that I do things for people that I don't know and people that I become to know because I feel that that's our future, and that's why I stopped procrastinating. And we're talking about procrastination, Red. How I don't procrastinate as much as I used to anymore because so many people procrastinate, and it's so hard that that it's just one of those things that people need to kind of quit doing in their lives so that way they can do things for themselves that they really want to do. I mean, procrastination is something that it's nature. We do it no matter what, whether we're scared, whether we are afraid to fail. But in when I got out of the military in my line of work that I did outside sales. We were taught that if you're not failing, it's because you're not working. And this chat that I'm doing, this uh, podcast, whatever you want to call it, I just want to be able to talk to people. If you don't fail, that they used to teach us is because you're not trying, you're not working at it. In sales, we were always taught when you become a good salesman is because you're selling every 3 out of 10 people that you're talking to. So that means you only did 30% of your selling, and that kind of seems like wow, that's not too good. But a lot of people are going to say no to you because a lot of people, whether they don't like your product, they don't know your product, they don't like what you're selling, or I figured out that they don't like you as not as a person, but a lot of people just judge you when they first see you, and that's okay. That's just the way human nature is. Because I finally figured out that people buy from friends, and it doesn't mean that you go sell to your friend. No, believe me, the hardest people to sell to are family and friends. Believe me, I know. I did sales for a lot of years. I sold copiers. I sold uniforms. I sold vacuum cleaners house to house. Now, you tell me what's a hard sell? Vacuum cleaners. And I did pretty well selling vacuum cleaners. I sold a Kirby vacuum cleaner door to door, and I became a trainer for vacuum cleaner. But I learned so much in sales, uh, and I did that for quite a few. I actually did it quite a few years, off and on, and uh, did pretty well. And sales, I learned so many things in sales, but I also learned how sales can be a good thing, and sales can be where some people can use it for bad. I mean, I don't know how else to put it, you know. But I will say one thing is that getting back, this is all together in procrastination of how you want to do things. You want to learn to cook, learn to cook. You want to learn to sew, learn to sew. You want to learn how to crochet. You want to learn how to do uh, uh, art. You want to learn how to do I don't projects, just anything. Want to learn how to make shirts. I'm talking about putting uh, uh, art on shirts. Oh, you know, just embroidery. You want to learn how to do. I don't know how my wife says bedazzling things on the shirt. Putting what do you call it, babe?
Rhinestones.
Uh,
Rhinestones.
Rhinestones on a shirt. I mean, it doesn't matter. You want to learn how to do barbecuing. You want to learn how to cook a turkey, cook a ham. You want anything. You want to talk about anything. Let me know. I mean, I'm not perfect, but you want to learn how to the games I play. I play different types of games. Am I perfect at them? No, I'm not. I'm not great at these games, but I become okay at these games because I play them a lot. I'm not. I don't consider myself a great player because I just enjoy playing them. I just play them over and over, and I become pretty good at it. You know, pretty good loosely on that thing. But uh, I do know how to cook. I do know how to barbecue. I have my little.
Mm-hmm.
I don't call it secret recipes because I tell people how I cook, what I use. It's just that it sometimes my buddies tell me it don't come out like yours. You know, they tell me, "What's your secret?" Love. I love to do it. You gotta want to do it. You know, and the people sometimes say, "Well, I don't like cooking." Well, then don't do it. I mean, do something else. Do what you love to do. Do, you know. Uh, I play golf. People see me. You play golf? Yeah, I play golf. I enjoy it. It's fun. I don't play it that much, but I do play golf. I have, my nephews come down to my, when they used to come see, when my mom and my dad were alive, they used to go to my hometown, and we used to go meet for holidays, and we used to get up early in the morning. We used to go play golf. It was a lot of fun, you know. Uh, and I used to barbecue a lot. I got taught by my dad. My dad taught me to barbecue. But then, like my dad says, you're going to learn your own style. I'm teaching you, but you're going to learn your own style. Nobody is going to learn the way you teach them because you always have your own little style of how you like to do it. And I understand that. And because uh, Itza always wants to do, well, your steaks come out different when you do it. Well, of course they do, but your food comes out different when you do it, and it does because she puts, Itza's meticulous about measuring things. Well, you got to put a quarter, teaspoon of this and a teaspoon of that. I don't. I'm one of those guys that opens up the things and just and well, how do you know if that's a teaspoon? It's not. It's a shake. Two shakes here, three shakes of this, two two and a half shakes of that, a pinch of this and a pinch of that, and voila. That's just the way I am, you know. And you got certain types of seasonings that you use. You got certain types of things that you mix together and shake it up and mix it, and you got yourself a nice little sauce, or you got yourself a nice little meat that you tenderize, and you do all that good stuff. You throw it on the grill, and there you go. You just make it that way. But it's whatever you want to do. It's just like sewing. Some people are just brilliant at putting cloth together and making an awesome shirt, awesome dress. Me, I can put buttons together. I can sew buttons on. Uh, I can probably patch a hole. But I could never make you a shirt. I could never make you anything to wear because no, you wouldn't want to. That's me. It just depends on how you want to do it. Fishing, I can tell you what kind of fish you want to. What type of fish are you trying to catch? You trying to catch a trout? You trying to catch a red? You trying to catch a flounder? Uh, in my hometown, in my where we live, I'll tell you where you could go, where we can go, where you can catch a red, flounder, shark, uh, uh, keen, kingfish, tarpon, uh, what they call a jack, whiting, uh, bass, catfish, alligator gar. Uh, and I can tell you what bait you want to use. You want to use you want to use croaker. You want to use shrimp. You want to use mullet. You want to use cut bait. You want to use live bait. You want to use top water. You want to use special kind of rigs. You want to use what type of leader you want to use. You want to use a leader that's 250-pound leader. You want to use you want to make your own leader. Uh, Type of hook. You want to use a 1/0. You want to use a 2/0 leader. You want to use those are small, from little small hooks to, hooks that are, I don't know. You can see they're about that big, It's about as big as my finger right here. It's about like that. Uh, it's different types of hooks that you want to use. You can use plastic, which is real small plastic. You want to use some plastics that smell like garlic. They actually have the garlic scent. Some just smell like you take it and it doesn't have any scent to it. It just depends. So many different colors. You got the green, the pink, the lime green, the lime, the bright pink, the chartreuse. I mean, you got so many different types. Specks have different those specks, little flickering. I can tell you that. And then, uh, talk about just where you want to throw it at. I mean, where you want to go. I mean, you want to go to you want to use a size weight, 1 pound weight, a half pound, a 2 ounce, a 3 ounce. Just depends. Just depends what you're gonna do. What kind of reel you're gonna use? You're gonna use a small reel. You're gonna use a big reel. You want to use a bait caster. Uh, oh man, I could just throw things at you, and the next time I'll maybe just show you. I mean, I'll have that set up where I can show you the rods and reels. You'd be surprised how many rods and reels I have. Oh man. Um, how to fillet a fish? I'm not perfect at it. I have never as many fish have I filleted. I have never yet to perfect the filleting of a fish. I have filleted fish, but and there's time I fillet. Don't get me wrong, I fillet the fish and I get the meat, but I have seen people that are just, oh my God, they are experts at it. I mean, but that's what they do. That's what they get paid for filleting fish. But me, I fillet them, but it takes time. Uh, we talk about whatever you want to talk about. I mean, it doesn't matter. You can talk about your health. You can talk about exercising. What do you do for exercising? I know Red likes to uh, takes out her longboard. Uh, it's tiring. I used to skateboard, but it was a short board. And we don't, we don't. Papa Jojo don't skateboard no more. Papa Papa Jojo falls down walking. So, and and I don't mean that. What I do is I do box. So I have a boxing set up in the back of the house. Christian does karate. He's been doing karate since he was 5. I do boxing. Uh, Wish I did it more than what I do now, but because of my health reasons, I have to do as much. Yeah, I know, Red. I know it is funny. I wish I could do more than what I do now, but because of health reasons, I have to wait till I see my cardiologist on the 7th of March. So I have to kind of take it easy. Uh, I did a lot of jump rope. I used to do jump ropes. I used to jump rope all the time. I used to do up to 1,000, 2,000 jump ropes a day when I was in good health and in good shape in the military. Push ups, sit ups. We used to do weights. Weights, I wasn't much of a big time heavy duty weightlifter, but I did my normal weights, just to keep in tone. But you know, things happen. Then you have to, you get back surgery, you get shoulder surgeries on right and left shoulder, so you have to take care of that. I got an abdomen surgery. You have to. A lot of things happen in the military, so you have to be careful with how you work out now, and you have to take your time. You know, too clumsy. I shouldn't be longboarding anymore. Too clumsy. Yeah, well, but the thing is that you're trying, Red. You're at least doing something. There, that's I think that's the key to what we do in life. I mean, once again, the being not being procrastinating and not doing stuff is what stops a lot of people that we want to try something, but just try it. I mean, you're not gonna know unless you do something. If you don't try it, you're not gonna know. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I think that's what hurts a lot of us. We try to get up there, and we see people do something and we're going, man, maybe I should try that. Quit the maybe stuff. I mean, the worst thing that can happen is you don't like it. I'm not saying go out and spend hundreds of dollars or all that money. If you don't have the money, don't. Please do not go and spend money you don't have. Do not do that. Don't do that. Papa Jojo's not telling you to spend money you don't have. What I'm saying is that if there's something that you want to try out and it doesn't cost you anything to try it out, then go try it out. You know, but don't hurt yourself either trying it. This, it's like this. Me, I've been wanting to try this chatting or podcasting for quite a while now. Nobody's getting hurt doing this. I'm not spending anything doing this. Uh, I just want to do it. Itza and I's been talking about this for a while, especially the last few days. Uh, so I thought, you know what? Instead of streaming my games today or a game today, I thought, you know what? I just I just wanted to go ahead and do this right now. So I wanna do this. So I'm gonna do it. And boom, here I am. Here I am doing it. You know, and I don't know what it's gonna do. I don't know how it's gonna how people are gonna react to it. Uh, I don't think it really matters to me how people are gonna react to it. I just want to know. I just don't want to not try something that I've been wanting to try, and then all of a sudden tell myself, ah, man, I should have done that. Oh man, I should have tried this. I don't want to look back and think what could have happened. Maybe nothing's gonna come out of this, or maybe something will come out of this. And if I could talk to one person and that person gets motivated into doing something that he or she really wanted to try to do, does it. Or I can get an I love you from my nephew Atlas. See, I am a happy camper today because my nephew is loving me and I love him, of course, and he's happy. So what else can go? You know what I'm saying? You know, hey, what's going on, Aaron? How you doing? How you doing? Joe bag of donuts over here. How you doing? Just trying out this chatting thing, Talk to Papa Jojo. What's on your mind? How you doing? The doctor's in. Talk to me. Forget about it, eh? You see what I'm saying? I mean, just having a good time. I hope your concerts went good. Hey, talk about music. I don't know. I don't know much about music. This one over here knows a lot about music. Uh, I'm on a break from work and I saw you were on. Oh, thank you for getting on. I'm trying. I was talking about. I'm trying this chat with Papa Jojo. You know, let's talk about life and talk about whatever. You know, or almost anything. Oh, and thank you for all those little TikTok videos that you know, that you send me. Happy belated Valentine's Day, Aaron. Thank you for that Valentine video you sent me. Loved it. Loved them. I love all your videos, girl. They're awesome. Thank you. I'm on my. But like I said, you know, I mean, everything's good. Atlas is awesome. He gave me an awesome present today. So yes, I know it was awesome. But like I was saying, I mean, if you have something to do, you got to do it. You just can't stay back and not try anything because procrastination is a monster that can eat you up, and you can't let that happen. You just can't. I tell my son that all the time. If he has something to do, you know, he'll and what he got 6 more days and he'll be 16 years old. Uh, and I talk to him. That's another thing I do. I talking about children. You know, talking about if you know you have kids, uh, or you know your nephews, your nieces. I talk to my son all the time. You know, we talk to our son, but each knows that I talk to him as a father. I try to give him fatherly advice. I talk to him, and sometimes I feel, as any teenager, I feel that he doesn't hear me, or maybe he don't listen to me. And then out of the blue, he comes back and he sits down and he talks to me, and he does hear me. He listens to me, and I'm like, wow. But I don't go across yelling at him. I don't go across, you know, making him feel like he has to do what I tell him. No, I just talk to him. You know, kids nowadays have so much on their hands that they can just look it up. And they look it up and they see it, and it's so easy, and they're so smart, and they can just look up things, and their encyclopedias in their hand already. Their thing is right there where they can look up stuff, and they know more stuff than most adults do. And I think the crazy part is that some of us think that these kids don't know, but we do know that they know. And I think we need to realize that these kids know a lot. I don't know how else to put that. I think some of these kids, sometimes I think they take advantage of. I think sometimes they take advantage of their parents because some parents don't know a lot of the concept of how to work a computer, or the phone, or they just get the phone for their kids so they can be quiet, and they don't have no idea that how much the kid really knows. So I don't know. It's just hard. It's just hard to put that in perspective sometimes when I see a young kid talking back to their moms or their dads in a grocery store and in a shopping store. It doesn't matter what store, and then you just kind of look at them like, wow, there's no discipline sometimes anymore, and it kind of takes me back when I was a kid, and there is no way I would talk back to my mom and dad like that. Though I did one time talk back to my mom like that, and like I said, one time, and that was it. That was the last time I ever talked back to her like that. Yeah, my face hurt for a little bit. Never talked back. Never yelled back at my mom again. Wow, I can still remember it now. What's the old? I don't know if you ever watched. What's his name? Tommy Boy. That didn't hurt so much here or here, but right here. I mean, you know, I laugh at it now, but back then it wasn't. It was, it was. But I understood because, and it was in front of, it was in front of her. It was in front of guests. We had people over, and she took me to the room, and oh yeah, yeah, my mom took care of that. Yeah, she took care of that. I was probably about 8 years old. Never forget that. Yeah, let me see. No, I take it back. Let's see. We moved in 1972 to the new house. I was already 9. I was gonna be 9. So yeah, I was about, yeah, we had just moved. So I was about 8 or 9. Yeah, we had just moved there in 72. So it wasn't even a year. Yeah, I was about 8 years old. Yeah, I was about 8, gonna be 9, and she took care of that real quick. Yeah, we had just moved to the new house. We had moved from Laredo Street to 411 Avenue F, and I tell you what. Oh yeah, yeah. Anyway, that was one thing that happened. But as a child, we were very respectable to our parents, and there was 10 of us, 7 girls and 3 boys. Yeah, we. But anyway, talking about that and talking about cooking. Let's see what else. What do you want? What else can we talk about? I mean, there's just all kinds of good stuff. I mean, I know Atlas would like to talk about fishing or uh, going fishing. Uh, we can. Cooking is one of the things that I love to do. I like to cook fish. Well, Itza loves baked fish or grilled fish. I like to take the fish. I have it filleted, nice filleted fish. Let's say whether it's tuna or mahi mahi or snapper or redfish or uh, what other fish we got? We got
Um,
uh,
mahi
we've had halibut,
It was a fraction.
but she loves the mahi mahi and the trout. But I take that, put a little seasoning on it, and it's not much seasoning, but I put a little salt, pepper, blacken it a little bit. Uh, put some cilantro in it, on it. Take some lemon. Put some. Sometimes I put some little green and red pepper. Chop that little. Chop it in small pieces. Then I take uh, lemon. Put lemon juice, an actual lemon, not squeeze, not that fake lemon. Get that actual lemon. Squeeze that lemon into it. Okay. Then I take and I put it in. I put all this inside of foil. I drop some butter, piece of butter. Pop it in there so I can get a little bit of butter in there. Wrap it into a foil and I put it on the grill. And I just let it sit in there for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes, just depends. Where it just cooks it up because when you put the when you squeeze uh, lemon into it, the- I don't know if y'all know this, but the uh, the lemon starts cooking the fish. That's where you get what they call ceviche. Ceviche normally, you get the fish, you cut it up, and you put it in there, and you can put different things in there. What do you put on there? Ceviche.
Ceviche.
Ceviche. You put
Okay, you put cilantro.
you
You
got
put
cilantro. What?
lemon.
Lemon. Well, yeah, but the lemon you
Oh,
put
and
it.
you mix it with like some salsa,
Yeah, you mix it with some salsa,
like
or
a
you can put
pico de gallo.
like pico de
So
gallo,
like
stuff like that,
onions
onions,
and garlic.
tomato, pico de gallo stuff in there.
It's
But
okay.
the lemon, you squeeze it in there and you put it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes.
The lemon cooks
Let it and it cooks it, and you get it out again. And if you want, you put a little bit more lemon in there, and then you put it back in there for about another 30, 40 minutes, and that's where you get ceviche in there. And that's what ceviche is. It's fish, and you can eat that with your with fish tacos, as they call it.
fish tacos.
Fish tacos. That's where fish tacos come from. So that's what you want to eat it with. So that's pretty good. That's you may a lot of people make that. A lot of people don't know how to. Some people know. A lot of people know how to do that, but a lot of people don't. And so that's part. So that's what we do. That's how I do regular fish when I do it out on the on the grill. Now there is such a thing when they call fish on a half shell. Now what that is, instead of filleting the fish, you clean out the fish and you cut the fish. When you cut the fish in half, you have two halves of the fish, but you leave their skin on the bottom and you leave their bones on them, and then you just put the fish. Of course, you take their heads off, you clean everything out, and you just put the fish on top of the grill. And then while you're on top of the grill, that's when you put all the seasoning on top, and you put all the cilantro, you put the onions, you put anything that you want, your little uh, seasoning and everything on there. Lemon, a little bit of butter on both of them, kind of smooth it out on there, and you squeeze that lemon on there a little bit. And that takes probably about another 15, 20 minutes also. And what happens is when that's cooked, you just put it on a plate and on you just eat the fish. Here's the bottom of the fish, and you just eat what's inside it. And all that's left after you finish is the bones of the fish. You just have the bones of the fish, and that's what you do. That's how I make that
That is good.
fish on a
Very
half
good.
shell. You can do that with any fish. That works with any fish. The best thing is get it for the bigger fish, the reds, the snapper. Those are real good. Uh, Alligator gar. We've eaten that, but we've eat that with like nuggets. We make them in nuggets. Put a little in a little like a, I don't know. We call it a disc, in Spanish a disco. Put a little oil in it. I always use peanut oil, so I put peanut oil on it. Well, that's what it was live, like.
Yep, that's what it was like. Oh, because of what Aaron said. Let's see. They said I was taught to talk to my mom because she wanted to be the cool mom. She thought it was funny when we got dirty looks and she got sympathy. And then Aaron said, I wish I liked fish. It does look good. I just can't though. OMG, I'm not like regular moms. I'm a cool mom. And then Eve said, yep, that's what it was like.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. But when I make alligator gar, I do that in like nuggets. And I don't mean the other nuggets. I mean actual white meat nuggets, and it comes out so tender. But alligator gar, of course, looks like a half alligator and half fish. and those are huge. I think the biggest one I've caught was over 5 feet, five, well, over 5.5, 6 foot, maybe close to 6. My dad caught a 7.2. I've seen them caught almost 8 foot, but those are not good to eat. If they're over, 6 foot, you'd throw them back. My dad threw that one back. He'd let them live. Those are old. When they're over 6 feet or more, they're about probably about 50, 60 years old. Takes a long time for them to get to that big. So, let them go. I've caught maybe.
Eve said, I've never had alligator gar before. What does it taste like?
Uh, Actually, it's a white meat. It's just white. You've had it. I made it here.
Yeah, it tastes.
It's more like a white breast meat. It's just white.
Yeah, it's just.
Depends how you make it. It's not too fishy.
It's
Uh,
not.
the way I make it. Okay, this is what I do with the reason it's like that is because when I catch it, once I it's all meat. So what I do, I put it in a cooler with nothing but ice for 3 days. I change the ice every day, and what that does, it bleeds out all the gamey taste of it. But this is my way of doing it, and I leave it there for 3 days. The game taste takes out, just takes it out. A lot of hunters do that to deer, to all the game, the hogs, the wild hogs, the wild boars, javelina. You put it in a big ice chest and you just put uh, ice in it, and you just let the ice. You just leave it overnight. The next day you throw it out, throw out the ice. You put some more ice in there. You throw it out again, and you do that for about 72 hours, for about 3 days. After that, you take it out and you cut it up and you cut it in nugget size. And I don't mean little nugget size. Good palm size. Like my palm. And it tastes like chicken nuggets. And that's the best thing. I mean, it's all white meat. It's all white meat, but I tenderize it, and then you can eat it with barbecue sauce. You can eat it with different types of sauces. You can eat it with horseradish. Some people eat it with horseradish.
Yuck. Gross.
Yeah, some people don't. Other people eat it just with. They'll cut it up. I'll cut it up in pieces, and you can make fish tacos out of it. You can eat it with pico de gallo. You can eat it with uh, uh, just. I eat it just with. I eat it with ketchup sometimes. But personally, I just eat them with like fish tacos. I'll cut it up in small pieces, put put a pico de gallo in there, a little bit of lemon. Oh, it tastes very good. I mean, it tastes like that. Christian was eating them like he thought they were nuggets from that other place, but
Are you
no,
reading or do you need me to read them to you?
no. Go read them to me.
Okay, so it took me a while to reply because I had to go on a scavenger hunt for my mouse.
Oh,
Then, that's
okay.
what Eve said. And then she said, I baked a salmon once with soy sauce, orange marmalade, and chopped almonds,
Oh, yes.
baked on a cedar plank.
Okay.
It was delicious.
Yep, that's a good
And
way of
then
doing it.
Aaron said, now wild game, on the other hand, I'll eat it all. Haha. Deer, elk, moose,
Yeah.
boar, yum.
Moose is good. Elk is good.
Aaron said, heck, I've eaten bear too. That was good.
That's one thing I haven't eaten is bear. I've heard is real good. Bear is good. I've eaten elk, moose. Uh, I've eaten all the bigger game. That I've eaten, but bear is one thing I haven't eaten. I've always wanted to eat bear. Always wanted to eat.
Ew, I'm not big on animals like that.
Yeah, I'd like to eat bear. I haven't eaten bear, but I heard it's good.
Yeah, Eve says she hasn't eaten bear either.
Yeah,
No, it's okay. I'll pass.
it's hard for me to read because of my. There you go. Maybe with my, I have to keep looking up for my.
I can read them to you if you want.
Because it's hard because of
Yeah, your
my
bifocals.
bifocals. Yeah.
I can.
Yeah, but the reason I make it that way is with the eyes to bleed out is because I've done that with deer meat. I've done that with boar, with elk. Well, my buddies are the ones that brought me the nilgai. I've eaten nilgai. I've eaten deer, uh, javelina. I used to work at a process plant, and in between my high school years, a friend of mine back home in my hometown uh, living in a small town, and we were there. We were living on a ranch and living in a small town with uh, with a bunch of ranches and a bunch of farmers, and there was a small town. There was a Dave Odom meat. We used to skin the deer, and that was a part time job I had on the weekend. We used to skin deer and javelina and all that good stuff, and we used to take some meat. They used to give us meat, and some of the guys would bring in. They'd go into these big old hunts up in Wyoming and take all these. They had the big bucks, so they'd go out in these weekend trips, and they'd be they'd come back with these moose and elk and all that other stuff, and they'd come back. Of course, their stuff was already made. I mean, processed, but they'd come back and talk to old uh, Dave and his son Buddy Odom. Hey man, here I brought you some elk and some moose and some. Oh, okay. So we'd get some of it too. So
Yeah, I can do
you really gotta cook it properly, or it gets real tough
that.
and
Yeah.
grizzly. Yeah, yeah, exactly. If you
It's,
don't cook
but
it
my
right.
friend who made it owes what he did, what he's doing, knows what he's doing, so it was delicious. It was black bear that he hunted with a bow and arrow.
Oh, you see, yeah, that's a tough dude right there. Because if you miss with that bow, he'd have been, man. That's hunting bear. I tell Itza, I said, I know I play the game, but that's not real because bear backtrack you. If you miss, that bear will backtrack you and he'll come back for you. Yeah, nah, you know. We used to see a lot some of the black bear in Colorado when we would we'd go do some commitments up there in the mountains, which were training exercises, and they would tell us about the black bear. We'd have to be careful, and we were like, "What do you mean there's black bear?" Now you tell us, and we really have to be careful. But we saw some, but black bear are not as they're not as bad as the big time grizzly bear or the brown bear. I mean, especially the grizzly. Grizzlies are the ones that attack a lot more. Not that the black bear doesn't. It's just that the other ones are a lot worse. But I think it's always on the cook. It's like I told Itza when she ate that gar, she was like, I'm not gonna eat that. I'm not gonna eat that. It's like when she had dove. She wouldn't eat dove. Oh no, I'm not gonna eat that.
No.
And she tasted it. Of course, she tasted it. She liked it a little bit, but it's the thought, which I understood. I didn't force her. I wouldn't never force anybody to eat what they don't want. She liked it, but it wasn't. In her mind, it was like no. And I said, no, that's okay. You tasted it, and then that's okay. But it's the way I made it, though.
Yeah.
It's
Erin says Hector Singer and her husband own a butchery for wild game meats, and she brings me some of their extras. She made an amazing venison stew and some sausages too. And then Eve said, "Bears don't mess around." Erin said, "He is the definition of a
oh,
mountain man.
there you go. That
The
he's
bear he got with his last arrow, and it was a matter of him or
or
the
the
bear.
bear. So
So
we
he
have
had
to.
to go."
Yeah, you see. So he knows what he's doing. There is no way I would ever go bear hunting. Well, without somebody that knows what they're doing. And even then, I'd be like, I'll wait for you in the truck, dude. I mean, I'm not trying to be. No, no. There's just nah, nah. Just I don't know, man. I mean, there's game that I would not go after. There's some game that man. I tell you what, when we go fishing out here, There's a lot of bobcats out here, and when we go alligator, like gar hunting, I mean, well, we call it gar hunting. When we go gar fishing, we have to be careful because there's a lot of bobcats,
My tray over
and some of these bobcats are known to attack fishermen. So we have to be careful. We have to be packing sometimes, and that's kind of it's kind of tough because uh, I tell the guys, I say, no, man, I'm not going to that spot anymore. I don't feel like having to turn my back every time I'm hooked on a fish, or I'm hooked on a gar, and y'all guys are out here drinking and I'm not drinking, so no, I'm not going to that spot no more. So I kind of stopped going fishing with these guys, and they're always calling me to go fishing with them, and I'm like, no, I'm good. So now I go gar hunting now, and I go with another buddy of mine, but uh, he's getting ridiculous too. So now I just do it on my own, and I go during the daytime where they're not really too active. So
Wildcats are one of my biggest fears when I'm in the woods because you won't hear them coming.
yeah,
Right there.
exactly. And you don't know that the two that we saw that one night, we didn't. I mean, they were like, I don't know, maybe 20 yards, 25 yards behind us when we turned back, and then the other one was probably about 15 yards. One was to the right and the other was to the left, and I was like, that's too close for comfort, dude. And I'm like, no. And then they were like, well, why didn't you? I said, no, dude. I said, they don't need to be shot. I said, what we need to do, we need to get out of here. So they were in their truck. I packed my stuff up, and I just kind of left. I came home early that day. He was like, what happened? I said, I'm not gonna go. Those guys are crazy. I'm not gonna. I'm done with those guys. So, and they were beautiful. They were beautiful bobcats. Don't get me wrong.
It's terrifying.
I'm not gonna mess with them. But I knew what they were up to. I mean, well, they smelled the bait because we used live bait, and we also used, but we cut it open, and we cut the bait so they can bleed, so that way the the gar can smell it, and it's doing this in the water when it's.
Aaron says, "Okay, friends, um, I love y'all, but I gotta go back to work. The puppies are waiting for me.
Okay, well, have a good one, Aaron. Thank you for stopping by.
Have a
Love you,
good day
girl.
at work.
Have a good day at work.
Have fun with the puppies."
See ya. Yeah, so that is crazy to see stuff like that. But I mean, it's like when we go to Port Mansfield, there is a law there. I mean, if you go to Port Mansfield, where I live here, it's just a fishing town. It's all fishing. And if you go there, if you buy corn at the fishing shops, uh, you can feed the deer by hand because that's deer everywhere, and it's
Oh
against
yeah.
the law that you can't kill the deer there. But I always have this feeling that one day the deer are gonna break out with some type of disease there, because these people don't seem to understand that some of these deer can carry a Lyme disease, and you know how you gonna take care of that? But I mean, I understand it's an attraction that people go there, and if you look up Port Mansfield, Texas, you will see pictures of people feeding the deer by hand. I mean, they come up to you. We've stayed in places there's we've rented a pier there, and stayed there a few times where we just rent a pier, and we stay the whole week, and when we fish there all week, and Christian, we've give Christian some stuff, and the deer eats right there, and they don't do anything. They're. I'm not saying they're harmless, but most of them are just, they come up to you, but at the same time, you got to be careful with them. You don't want to be hurt by them. But like I tell Itza, I said, I don't really mess with them. And then there's times where I go fishing on the public pier that used to be there. I don't know if they redid it or not. And you'd get these big old raccoons just coming out of nowhere at nighttime. Uh, and I was just laughing. I mean, big old raccoons trying to come in and take my bait. And I was like, oh my God, these raccoons all over the place.
It's crazy.
Oh, it was funny.
I've never seen a raccoon there, but then you tell me.
Yeah, they were funny. It was fun though. But that was a lot of the fish. I got a lot of fishing stories, but that's some of them. What else? What else can we? Well, other than that, we got well, we got health. Health is okay so far. Well, we're still waiting for an MRI. Christian's birthday's coming up on 23rd. I got an MRI to go get on my knee, see what happens there. Just waiting on that. I don't know what's going to happen there, so that's going to be that's a fun thing. Yeah, raccoon's trying to get that bait. Yeah, and the thing is that the crazy part is that they come in pairs. One, it's like one comes to the right, and then another one follows, and he goes to the left. And it's hilarious because it's me, my buddy, his wife, and another buddy. And it was funny because I'm over there and I'm looking at him, and I look at my buddy Joe and I say, "Hey Joe, you see that?" And he goes, "Yeah, check him out." He goes, "Look, you got one coming to the right, one coming to the left, and then the big boy right down the middle." And I'm like, "Look, it's the big tank coming right down the middle." And I mean, and we're laughing and we're going, "Dude, this guy's like coming right at you, dude, coming right to the front door. I want my bait." And I'm like, "Oh my God, this dude!" And I'm just laughing. I'm going, you know what? I'll just give him an extra bag of bait, man. I'm just gonna go over there. So I shoo them away. They all go. So we're about halfway down the pier. Red, I walk all the way to the front of the pier where the entrance of the pier is, and I'm gonna go drop off. It's a bag of a mullet, right? It's frozen mullet. This because I had frozen mullet at that time. And I tell Joe, I said, "Hey man, you got that frozen bag of mullet?" And he goes, "Yeah, let me have it. Maybe I'll just get rid of them." I go to the front. And when I get to the front, I look down and I see not two, not three. I see and I counted about 12 to 14 raccoons.
Oh my God.
And I'm going, there's a whole army of these things. And then I'm laughing and I'm going, well, took my knife out, cut that bag open, and I just threw the bait everywhere, and I run back to Joe. Joe's like, what happened? I said, dude, there's an army of raccoons over there. He goes, what are you talking about, dude? I see you running back like you're getting attacked. I said, dude, there's like 14 of those son of a gun. I counted at least 14 of them. They're all by the rocks, man. And I'm talking rocks, huge rocks up against by the water, coming up to the land. And he's laughing. He goes, are you serious? Of course, Joe being Joe, oh, come on, man. He goes up there, and then all of a sudden he's running back. He's going, dude, there's more than 14. I said, I'm telling you, dude, They're coming in. They're gonna come in with tanks in a little bit, and we're laughing and we're joking. And now, man, these raccoons, they're all over the place. And this is like maybe we got there early in the morning. This is maybe like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just laughing. I'm going, "Gee." But by 5 o'clock, they were gone. They disappeared. I'm like, where did they go? They just 5:30. They were gone. You know the light was coming up. Sunshine wasn't coming up yet, but the light was coming up, and I was like, wow, these raccoons. She put raccoons on exactly. I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. Raccoons everywhere. I'm like, man. I said, we need. His wife goes, we're gonna need more bags. I said, I ain't giving them my bait no more. I gave them my whole bag. We're just laughing, and Gus, which is the other guy, he's laughing. He's going, "What are we gonna do, man?" I said, "Sorry, Gus, we're gonna have to throw you over there. You're gonna have to be our we're, we're gonna have to sacrifice you." He starts laughing. We're just laughing. We're just having a good time. But I'm just like, man, this is crazy. And then other people are laughing too. They're just like, bunch of raccoons. Yeah, there's like other people fishing on the other on down deeper. And they're like, I'm not gonna go over there. There's people actually scared of them.
Like
Now
me.
I was like, well, we're not going over there. I said, I'm not gonna go back. I said, with my luck, they already have an army. They probably already have my picture on their poster going, this guy's next. He came over here. He's the one that gave us the bait, so he knows where all the bait is at. So grab him and we'll interrogate him and we'll bring him first. And I was like, I can't go back, dude, because they already saw my face, so I can't go back. And Joe's all like, well, they saw me too, and we were all making stories up and laughing. Oh my God, these raccoons! It's funny.
One time I was driving in my car and I saw a raccoon in the street and stopped on my brakes and I started screaming. And I was inside the car.
She stopped, and she was inside the car, but she
And I
stopped and
stopped
screamed.
because it was like in the middle of the road. It freaked me out. I'm like raccoons. When there are over 5 of them, then it's a healthy fear. Yeah. And to
Oh my
answer your
God!
question about Christian's birthday, his theme, yeah, he stopped doing themes and stuff a long time ago.
I think his last theme was Star Wars, wasn't it?
Yep, and that was when he was what, 11?
I think he was 11 or 12.
Yeah, he stopped wanting to do themes and parties, and
He didn't want no more parties after
we were
that.
just like, nah. So we just always do like cheesecake.
All he wants is a cheesecake.
He loves cheese. He doesn't want regular cake no more. Yeah, he loves cheesecake, like this one over here.
Yeah, I think he got my flavor of cake, cheesecake. Well, he did get my flavor of cake, cheesecake with strawberries on it. That's the only time we eat cheesecake is on our birthday. And he likes it because his birthday's in like this month, and then a couple months later, my birthday's in May, so we get cheesecake.
My birthday's in August.
And then my babe's is in August, so we get cheesecake on that, but she don't like cheesecake.
I did a funeral for my youth for my 30th. I've heard that's a thing. Like, when you hit a certain age, you're like, okay, instead of having a birthday, I'm going to have a funeral for my youth, for my young age. Yeah, I stopped counting how old I was after like 35. I don't even know how old I am.
Oh God, y'all women.
At first, I was like, I'm 30. No. Now I'm like, I think I'm 37. Am I 37 or 38?
I don't know. I stopped counting at 50.
I don't know. Yeah, I stopped counting after.
I stopped counting when you hit 40.
I haven't even hit 40. Jeez.
I love doing that to her. She gets all paranoid because she's gonna be over 40 when Christian graduates. Oh my God.
I'm like, golly. I don't say anything about how old you are.
I don't really care. I'm still handsome. Tell me I'm not. See? She can't.
You're rude, though.
Anyway.
It was hilarious. But, Yeah, raccoons are scary.
Yeah, raccoons. I know when we used to go shark fishing was the same thing. They used to come out at night.
Oh no, it wasn't a raccoon. I saw a possum.
A
Oh,
possum.
never mind. My raccoon story is invalid because it was a possum, not a raccoon.
Jeez. Yeah, she's getting old, Brett. She's getting old.
I don't think I've ever seen a raccoon in real life.
Oh, I've seen so many. Shark fishing at the beach. They're all over the place. At nighttime, once dusk comes, man, the raccoons come out. But people leave so much trash at the beach. It's not even. That's another thing. Oh my God, there's just so much trash at the beach. I have picked up. I take my own trash bags, and I have picked up so many bags of trash. Put them in the back of my pickup or the Jeep actually, and drove it down to the big trash cans, the things, and dumped them because people have no respect for that. That's another thing we could talk about probably for hours. Is people not respecting where we fish,
So sad.
and that's another thing that has been closed down. Where we used to go guard fishing. Guard fishing is normally in small areas like canals or small areas down here, where we fish them at in the mouth of the rivers where of the where the mouth of the water comes in, and then they're closing them down because people just trash it. I mean, and I'm talking trash it.
She says it drives me nuts. We pick up trash all the time.
Yes, we do too. Ah, it's just terrible. I sometimes just take pictures of it and show it to the game wardens, and I think, why aren't we doing anything? Why aren't you? And he says, there's not enough game wardens to go around to, like the game warden. I got to know so many of the game wardens, and some of them were like, we just don't have enough game wardens around so that we can post them everywhere. And then there's one, we post one over here, but something's going on over there, and then they wonder why they get fined so much money when they do something wrong.
And the sad thing is when you go and you have to go through the, what do they call where you have to pay to get on the beach access things.
Oh yeah,
They give you a trash bag.
they give you a
Throw your
trash bag. Yeah,
And they're like, if you bring back the trash bag, we'll give you back, what is it, like $1 or $2 or something?
yeah, they give you money back for it. When you bring a trash bag, they give you your entry your entry fee back.
And people still don't do it. So many people of all ages just throw trash all over. Customer service taught me that.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
People don't care.
People don't care. They don't care. They
don't
just
care until it's too late. And then it's like, well, it's too late to do anything.
I don't know. I've tried so hard to try to keep it up. I mean, I've done it where I go fishing and I take trash bags. I've bought trash bags. I even go to the dollar store just to buy the trash bags, just to buy the three, four, like $5 worth of the dollar store packages and I leave them in my truck for when I go fishing. I just open it up and pick up trash, and then I tie it up, and then I go to the big trash cans they have and I throw the trash bags in there. And I've met game wardens, and he goes, "Hey, what's going on? How you doing?" "Ah, I just picked up this trash." He goes, "Thank you, man." And they thank me and they talk to me, but I become good friends with them. And then when they see me, they're like, "Hey, what's going on, Jose? Hey, what's going on? How you doing?" And shake their hands, start talking to me. And then some of the guys are like, "They don't even check your license." I said, "They know I'm legal, dude." I said, "I don't. They don't worry about me. I'm not doing anything wrong." But it's because I become friends with them. I've made, you know I've become good friends with them. So they're not too, it's no big deal for them. They're like, wow, this dude already opened up the you know a relationship with the game with that guy, and then he's talking to them. And even my friends that I would take fishing with me was like, he didn't ask you for a license? Nah, dude, man, he asked me. I pulled out my. Nah, dude, he's always here. I come here all the time. Oh, okay. And they freak out on me like, man, dude. I said, I'm not illegal, dude. I have a fishing license.
Yeah, that's the thing is that you do everything right. So
I said, so they know. Now, the first time they saw me, hey, fishing license, and then they see, like when I get my fishing license, it says on there, military disabled veteran, all this stuff. So they tell me, hey, thank you for your service. A lot of them are real good with that. Well, all of them, and some of them are veterans. So we start talking and we get to chatting and, hey, thank you for your service. Where'd you serve? And blah blah blah, this and that. Oh, okay. Well, and we create a bond right away, and then we start talking, and then some of them are, hey, you mind if I check your box, which is the ice chest where I put the fish. I said, nah, go ahead, and they'll check it, and it just amazes me how they look at the fish and they, oh, that looks like, man, got a 23-inch red and a 24-inch red. They already know how big the red is before they don't even measure it. I'm like, man, y'all are good at it. He goes, dude, doing this job for so many years, I can spot how big those fish are before I don't even have to take the measuring tape out. I'm like, wow, man, that's pretty good, you know. But you just become good friends with these guys, but man, they tell me all the time. Getting back to that trash, how much people trash the place, and I just find it despicable how bad it is.
yeah, it's
And then and people wonder why they close some of the areas. Why they close it, because some people don't care. That's why people don't. That's why they do it. It's just sad. I don't know. I don't know anymore. It's just like you try to not do that, and I don't know. It's just one of those things.
but hey, the few that clean it up, I mean that's good. She said, yeah, me too. I can't stand it when I go to enjoy nature and I just get it dumped.
Sorry, I'm out of the camera view.
She said that she's away from the keyboard right now.
Oh, okay.
She's there, she's listening, but she's away. What's wrong?
I'm trying to grab something from the ground. Sorry.
Can you help?
Something fell down. I got it.
Yeah. I can still hear, she said.
I'm glad. I'm glad you're here, Red. I'm just glad I just want to thank everybody that like I said, this is something new for me. Wanted to just start a chat, just anybody that comes in and watches this, hey, please, don't be afraid to to follow. I'll be doing this more often. I feel more comfortable, especially when I feel more comfortable. Uh, and I just want to talk about anything. Talk about almost it doesn't matter. I mean, almost anything. Uh, I don't want to get into arguments. I want to be nice about this and a lot of things. I don't want to get into. I just want to talk about positive things. Be positive with each other. Uh, I don't know. Just anything. Almost anything that you want to talk about. All we can do is just ask, and I'll let you know. I mean, if you want to talk about it, you know. My name is Papa Jojo. I've always wanted to do this. Uh, I've been telling. I've always told my son that him and I could probably do a podcast on sports because he's so into sports, but and not only that, he's it's just a podcast about anything. But that, that kid of ours is he's a smart kid. He's very smart. I always call him a nerd, but he tells me he's just like me. So obviously I'm a nerd, but I just he's just the smart kid. He knows a lot about a lot of things. And I think everybody, this is what I believe in. And you can think how you want to think because we all have. I served the military. Before I tell you this, I served for everybody, not just for one person and not just for me. I served for everybody. So this is what I believe. And we all have our own beliefs. That's fine because that's what that's what I serve for. For you to believe and to have the freedom that you have. But I believe that everyone is a very smart and very intelligent or a genius in their own way. Why do I say that? Because people used to people people used to people used to bully me. People used to make fun of me when I was growing up. They used to. I went through all kinds of things. It's just the way things are. It's the way things were. Don't say this to feel bad for me because I don't. I got over it. I grew up. I retired military. It didn't make me a bully. It didn't make me go do bad things to the people that did bad things to me as I was growing up. What it did make me do, I don't associate with those people that did bully me. I did I just left them alone. But I did see how some of their lives turned out, and you know that's just the way life is. And sometimes I always hear the best part of their lives is the 4 years that they went to school in high school, and sometimes that's true. Do I feel bad for them? No. For what they did to me and for what they did to other people, and even in grade school, I don't feel sorry for them. I don't feel sorry for anybody that bullies people or for myself, but that's my opinion. Anyway, but that's beside the point. My thing is that I think that everybody is a smart person. It's just that some people have intelligence in different subjects or different interests than what other people do. You understand me? I hope you do because there's a lot of things that I know and understand that you or somebody else doesn't know and don't understand. And there's a lot of things that you and other people know and are very smart and intelligent that I don't know and will not understand. You get where I'm going for this? We are smart in areas that other people aren't. So I always say that you are no better than me, and I am not any better than you. We are who we are for reasons that we may not understand or comprehend, but we don't have to make fun of that person. It's not right. I don't care what you or what anybody else comes up with why we need to make fun of a person. It's just not right. It doesn't make any sense to make fun of people because you think that he's, you know, I don't know how to put a word to it, but because he's not smarter than you or he's not better than you. But you don't know that. You know the saying, you don't know what that person has been through. So quit judging that person if you don't know that person. Yes, we do it. It's nature. I understand. We judge people. We don't mean to sometimes, and I understand that too. We've all done it. I understand that. But at the same time, compassion is very important. If it makes sense to you, I understand. If it doesn't, I understand to a point. But remember this, the old saying, when you point one finger, remember, three fingers are pointing back at you. I always tell people that I'm not better, like I said, I'm not better than you, and you're not better than me. You are, you just need to be you, and I just need to be me. But it just, it's just so hard to have to make people understand that. And we see it in the world today that we don't there's not much understanding of that. uh, as a veteran, I go to the VA, and man, it's like every time I go to the VA, I have there's something I have to fight for, and they act like those benefits are not mine, but they are mine. I serve my country, and I'm supposed to have these benefits, and then I go there, and they act like I have to reserve my country so that I can get these benefits again. I don't understand that. Oh, I do understand it, but I don't like that. That's just it. I don't like that I have to explain it again and again that these benefits are mine. And I already earned them. But here I go again explaining them again. But anyway, getting back to the other thing is we just got to be ourselves, and we just got to be be who we are, and quit acting like we're better than anybody else, because we're not. You're no better than me. I'm not better than you. And I've told that to a lot of people, and they have nothing to tell me. I've had some people say, "Yeah, you're right," but I've had a lot of people just walk away from me, and I don't know what else to tell you. But I guess what I'm trying to get to you is that we are all just trying to make it to the next day, or to the next minute, to the next hour, to our next, sad part, to the next meal. We're just trying to get to the next step. And for some of us, we don't even know what that next step is. We think we have it bad, but some of us have it pretty good compared to some of others. So if you want to do something, quit procrastinating. Believe me, I know. Procrastination is my middle name. It used to be my middle name. I think it still is. It's still there. It's still in the back there. It's still there a little bit, because I procrastinate, and there's times that I would tell Itza, I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Now I feel, you wouldn't believe how much, I feel so much better just doing this first chat with y'all, even though I only have a few people just watching me. Uh, and two of them I know, my wife and Red, and that's great. I love it. And then I had a third one. I have another one. I don't know who it is, but I had a third one that was Erin, and she had a break, but she has to go back to work, and it's great that
You gotta start somewhere.
yeah, exactly. And my wife just said it. You got to start somewhere, and I had to start today. I didn't have to. I just wanted to, and I think that's the difference. Is that wanting and doing are two different things. Doing it is one thing. I wanted to do it, but I hadn't done it. But I did it today. So hats off to me. Maybe I shouldn't take my hat off. Look at my hair. Anyway, but that's beside the point. But my thing is that If you want to do something, go out there and do it. Now, once again, I did not say go and spend the money and if you don't have it to go do it. No. If you can do it, go and try it out. Go out to the park. Go longboarding. Right, Red? She knows. I mean, go and walk. Take a walk. Go exercise if that's what you want to do. You don't have to start big. Take a walk around the go outside in the backyard. If you live in an apartment, walk around in your apartment. I don't care how big it is, walk around for 5 minutes, walk in place. Do it for 10 minutes. It doesn't matter. Walk in place. Do it for 10 minutes a day. Then do that for 5 days, or do that for a week, 7 days. Do that for 7 days. And then the next day, add another 5 minutes. Do it for 15 minutes for 7 days. And so forth, and so forth. Until you get to where you're comfortable. I'm not saying that you're going to be, the most perfect body, the most perfect person in how many ever, but, months, years. But put your goal down. Write yourself a goal. I wrote myself a goal, but I didn't know I was going to have heart. I was going to have, now probably, hopefully, God, I'm hoping that knee, I don't want a knee surgery, but if that's going to help me to get back to doing my exercising, I want to do the exercising. I want to lose a little bit more weight. I really do, but I can only do so much. I can walk. I'm still walk. I walk a little bit, but yeah, of course, my knee tells me not to because it gets the size of a grapefruit sometimes, but I still walk. Reminds me, the pills. But I
Oh
still
yeah.
want. I still want to. Oh no! Did I ever take it this morning?
I don't
No.
think you know.
But I do want to walk. But I have to. I want to. I mean, there's just things that I need to do and that I want to do. It's just one of those things that if you want to do healthy stuff, you got to do healthy stuff. But that healthy stuff also comes with limitations. Limiting your food, limiting your intake. You know, uh, a lot of times we seem to not understand what we have to do. Me personally, I sometimes do a little bit more than what I should, and I'm talking about eating. Uh, but I also know that I have. I mean, now, lately, yes, I've been watching what I eat. I've been, oh, I was watching what I eat from the fork right up to my mouth. Yeah, but
Not
you,
the type of
you know,
watching.
I don't want to do that. I didn't want to do that, so I had to slow it down. And I did. I started slowing it down. I started walking a little bit. Even if you walk in place, uh, you know, my cardiologist was the one that told me when I was over 300 pounds, and he told me, he said, what you got to do is you got to get back into to your fighting weight. And cardiologist knows a lot about me. He's been seeing me since 2010, 2011. And he was right, you know. But he also knows that I can't do it all at that time. And I went from I think it was like 312, and I went down to, I'm at 240. And I've been at that stage for a while now. But he tells me, he goes, you still need to get a little lower. I said, yeah, I know. But every time, and it seems like every time I start something else. I had back surgery, then I had right shoulder surgery, then left shoulder surgery, then I had in April I had the heart uh, procedure. Then in December 30th, I had another heart procedure. It's like things keep want to, I'm, I go in, but then they just pull me back out. But you got to kind of, you know, got to kind of keep on fighting. You got to kind of, I jab left. I, I move to the left, and somebody pops me, and I move. Trying to duck down and, pop that right. Jab, jab, boom. And I can't seem to block it, but I block it a little bit, but it's not enough. But I gotta keep going. Gotta keep jabbing. Gotta keep jabbing. Gotta keep jabbing. But I got my wife. I got my son. I got friends. So I gotta keep going. I can't stop. And today was a good day. It's a good day because I've been procrastinating. Procrastination came into again, and then I kept doing it. And last night I talked to Icha last night. I kept telling her, I said, I need to do this chat. I need to do this podcast. And she said, well, then do it. And I kept saying, when and then be quiet and just do it, when and
I know, you sound so mean.
see how mean she is. Then be quiet and just do it. She's just meanie.
No,
Nah, I'm just joking.
but you
But
gotta tell him.
you see
Do
how
it.
she said she has to tell me.
No, yeah, because I know he wants to do it, but I can't just be like, well, do it. No, I gotta be like, do it, because that's how he is. You gotta tell him, do it, and then he's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do it.
See, she brings out that whip. You know, wife and ball and
Don't
chain.
act like you don't like it.
Ball and chain, I'm telling you.
What it is.
But and it happens. So we work hard, and here we are. Now we're doing it. And it's good to do it. I feel good. I feel pretty damn good doing this. It's pretty nice. It's fulfilling doing something that you've been wanting to do for a long time. Is it is is it perfect? Nah, it's never gonna be perfect. Nothing's ever perfect. Nobody's perfect. Nobody nobody's ever gonna be perfect. No matter how much they say they think they are, they're not.
Nobody's perfect.
Nope. And then I think the thing is that we have to understand that no matter how much procrastination you think you're not doing, you're doing it. Just think back a little bit. And I say a little bit because I'm sure every day sometimes you think of doing something and then you make an excuse for not doing it. Or you want to say something and you make an excuse for not saying it. Maybe the right thing, maybe the wrong thing. Uh, I'm not saying say everything you want to say, because sometimes we have to think about what we're going to say or how we're going to say it. But I'm talking about, you know, saying something that you've been wanting to say for a while, but, just can't find the words. Sometimes not finding the words is the way of saying, you just got to say it. Oh, believe me, I know. It's not hard. It's not easy. It's hard. But anyway, what else? What else can we talk about? I don't know. It's just, I know there's so many things that. Huh? What?
Where's your other?
Over here?
Oh.
Why?
No, just
So I don't know. It's just I don't know. Tonight we're probably gonna, I don't know. I think we're gonna do anything tonight.
Yeah, I guess if you're up to do something, we'll stream something tonight.
I don't
I
know.
think for sure we're gonna do Animal Crossing.
Yeah. Well, it's like streaming. If you ever wanted to stream, why aren't you streaming? Why don't you stream? Why do we stream? I don't know. What is the number one reason of streaming? Money? It can't be. I mean, a lot of us. I wonder how many of us don't even make money. I mean, I'm talking money. A lot of us don't make money on streaming, so why do we stream?
Because it's fun.
Well, yeah, I know for some of us. I'm not asking you. I know why we stream, but I'm talking about the majority of people that stream. Well, we're all hoping to get the big stream. Yeah, who isn't? But stream for the for a reason that makes you happy. Because if you're streaming for money, then you're stressing. As my opinion, I think if you're streaming because you want to make the big bucks, or you have to make the big bucks, I think a lot of people are stressing, and I think that my opinion, I think that hurts a lot of people. And I'm not saying that it doesn't hurt that a lot of people don't make a lot of money, because I know a lot of people make a lot of money streaming. I'm not saying that they don't. What I'm saying is that I think when you're stressed and you're trying to stream for money, it kind of doesn't work out. I'm just saying. I'm just putting that out there. I don't know. For me, streaming is a therapy. You may look at it different. I don't. It's therapeutic for me. You know, in my lifetime, I've gone through a lot. Like I said, I play games. How many 58-year-old guys do you know that play Fortnite, Call of Call of Duty, uh, Call of the Hunter, Call of the Wild. Uh, we got Rogue. We got fishing, Sims World fishing, Rapala, the fishing Rapala. What else we got? Fall Guy. Oh, we got all kinds of fishing games. The
Yeah.
catch, the bass fishing,
I
Red
know.
Dead.
Red Dead, yeah.
Uh, we got all kinds of games.
Pokemon Go. Play
Pokemon, Pokemon
Unite.
Unite. Uh, we also have that other. What's that other one that you and Aaron play? The cars, Pokemon. Oh, I mean that Mario Brothers,
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart. I haven't played it, but I have it.
That's a fun one. Oopsie.
I mean, I don't. Obviously, I mean, I don't play it because I know, and I started playing it because I have a son. We have a son. We gave him the PlayStation 4 for his birthday when maybe 5, and he wanted to play Star Wars. The game Star Wars. That's how it came with. And I said, okay. His friend had the PlayStation. He was going over, so he was playing the games with them, and I didn't know much about the games. I didn't know how to play. I didn't even the controllers. We had the Wii. We played the Wii when you. Yeah, that's what we had. and that
The
was
Wii,
fun. The Wii was fun. It had the golf, had the baseball, had the home run, and then it had the baseball. It had tennis. It had all that good stuff. It was fun. But then we played. We gave it to him, and he showed me how to play. I didn't know about the controllers, the X, the square, the circle, whatever, all that triangle and all that good stuff. The L1, L2, the the R1, R2, all that stuff, right, left button, blah blah blah, all this other stuff. So, CJ was telling me, Dad, let's go play. I said, okay, well, we'll play. Well, hit this button. Well, how do you play this? And my thumbs aren't the smallest, so they would hit the double times and I'd mess up. So I played with him, and then you know played a while, and we had a good time. And I don't know what happened, but we got him. No, it was we got him the PlayStation. It was a PlayStation. I think only had 500 gigabytes, right?
uh, the first PlayStation.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Yeah, we got the 500. It was half a terabyte.
Half a terabyte.
So he got a little older. He wanted more games, so we got him the 1 terabyte. Well, my wife got the other one here in here. Well, Lord and behold, she was playing Fortnite in here, and
Yeah.
I just watched her play Fortnite for a while, and I was laughing with her, and I was like, "Why do you always hide?"
Cause I was
And I
scared
was,
then.
and I would not, I not play Fortnite. I would just watch her play Fortnite. I wouldn't watch her. I wouldn't play Fortnite. I would just watch her, and I just watch her play Fortnite. And then of course my son would call me, and I'd go over there and play with him, and I didn't know what I was doing, and it was funny because he'd be like, "Okay, hold on, Dad, stay right here." And it was funny because he'd go kill everybody. And okay, come on, let's go. We were playing doubles, and I was on his team, and I was like, "Oh my God, my son just killed all the guys." And I think I took like 3 shots, and I missed every shot. And it was funny because "It's okay, Dad, it's okay. I killed them all. You can come now." And I felt like, wow, this dude is awesome. Anyway, that was my helping him win is staying out of the way because I was so bad at these games. But that's how I got to playing the games with him, and so I played off and on with him, and then I came over here. We got him another PlayStation, and we kept the one over here in this room. So he just started playing her games, and she started playing Fortnite. I was watching her play Fortnite, and I I didn't understand the game at all. Fortnite. I was like, why is Fortnite so popular? Well, check it out. So I'd see her play it. All she did was hide. I was like, why are you hiding? Why don't you just go up against it? Well, anyway, I played it a couple times, and I was like, I don't understand this game. Well, play it. No, no, I don't want to play it. So I played it a few times. It was all right. I thought, nah, whatever. Okay. So then we left it at that, and then I got back surgery. But when I got back surgery, I couldn't go fishing no more. Couldn't do much of anything. She got me my first game, which was the Rapala Pro Fishing, and that's
Yeah.
when that's when I went crazy on playing games. So, cause I say if I want to play a game, I want to play a game that I like, and I want to go fishing. And I can't go fishing no more. I won't be able to go fishing. I couldn't go fishing for almost a year and a half, almost a year and eight
Yeah.
months. So I wasn't able to go fishing
You
for a year
having
and 8 months.
withdrawals.
And man, I was having withdrawals for go fishing. I could not go fishing. So I started going fishing on the PlayStation. Well, we bought another PlayStation, and that's when I started playing fish, the Rapala. So we ended up playing PlayStation with my play. Well, I got a PlayStation, she got a PlayStation, and that's how we ended up getting PlayStation. And then, of course, I downloaded Fortnite, and it was all the rest is history. And you should have seen her face when I won my first umbrella. Season 7, I won the first umbrella.
You got kids.
Yeah, I have.
When Peanut says you got kids.
Yeah, I have a son. I have he'll be 16. I remarried with my wife, and we have a 16-year-old,
Yeah.
and that's where I got into playing games because of his birthday. And come on, Dad, let's play games, and I started playing games. So that's how I got to playing games. Thank you for joining our chat, uh,
I think it's put red peanut
Frederick Peanut. Is that the way you say it? I hope I said it right. Put
putrid maybe
putrid peanut.
or
I hope
putrid.
I said it right. I don't
I don't
know.
know.
I hope we said it right,
I
but
know.
yeah,
Sorry.
but that's how I got to playing things. The answer was the way nicer.
Than I thought. Oh.
Yeah, I got into playing games with that, but yeah, then it was it was pretty cool. My son got me into playing the games, and now he'll be 16, and in a few days he's 6'2",
Tall. Enjoy it.
and he's awesome at games, a smart kid. But my thing is that now I play all kinds of games, and I've been like I told you, I've been wanting like I said, I've been wanting to try this podcast for a while, and well the chat. But being a veteran, I didn't have any choice but to have my second back surgery, and then like I said, shoulder surgery, two of them, two heart procedures, abdomen surgery. Uh, Maybe I'll find out on my son's birthday. I'll find out about the MRI on my knee. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna need knee surgery. So that's another thing I might have. But yeah, I started playing games, and here I am playing Fortnite, Call of the Wild, the Hunter, Call of the Wild, Red Dead. I just downloaded the Avenger game. He finished the Avenger series already. I'm about to
Yeah.
get. I'm about to buy the. My wife is playing the what's it called? The one you played,
Which one? Oh, Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed. But I'm gonna get the Viking.
The
So
Valhalla.
yeah. So I want to play that
I'm
one.
doing
So she's doing
Origins.
the Origins. So yeah, that's how we played it, man. I mean, but this is what I do. This is I've been wanting to do this chat for a while, but I do play games now, and like I said, I mean, I enjoy it. Keeps me going, keeps my mind active, and it keeps me busy, and I love the fishing games. I love the hunting games. I do hunt and fish in real life here where we're from, and we do a lot of fishing and hunting here. Uh, but because of my all my surgeries and everything, it's been stopping me from doing a lot of my outdoor activities. So that's what I do now. I mean, I do that now, and I love to barbecue, love to cook. Another therapeutic thing that I like to do. I enjoy doing that. Uh, I love smoke. I like to do. I got to get me another smoker, but I love to do that. Uh, I just. I guess the best thing that I enjoyed a few months ago was when my son came up to me and told me, "Hey, Dad, I want to learn how to barbecue." So I started teaching him how to grill outside and barbecue. And I have one of them flat grills, those Blackstone flat grills that I love. My wife gave it to me for my birthday about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So that was good. That was nice. And I've been doing that for a while, and I really enjoy that. And so that's a lot of fun. But that's Yeah, man. I tell you, my son is one of the best things that it's ever it's ever happened to me after I got out of the military. So he's a smart kid. I always tell him he's almost as smart as I am. Papa Jojo got jokes. I tell you,
Oh,
that
he's
boy is intelligent, man. I tell you,
he's smarter than you. He's
yeah,
smarter.
smarter than the average bear. I always tell him.
He's as
Yeah,
big as a bear.
yeah,
So tall.
yeah. I tell you, but no, but I've been like I said, I enjoy the games. I don't know what other games I'm going to be getting. I've been looking at some more games and just been trying to entertain the entertainment streamers and just trying to have fun. I think that's the best thing about everything, man. Just in anything you do, I just want you to remember something. In my lifetime, I've learned one thing: have fun, enjoy what you do, and do what you enjoy. There's no other way you put it. Have fun. My dad used to tell me that. My dad was a hardworking man. My dad was a very intelligent man. My dad was a man that worked in the oil field for 40 years. And always said to me, before that, he was a rancher, but, he worked but, but he was one of the guys that was always there for you if you needed him. But at the same time, he always said he enjoyed his job. He didn't go to a job. He had fun in his work. He enjoyed it. So if you're gonna stream because you enjoy it, and then probably you'll get rewarded. I don't know. I think that's the way I see it. I think, I think, I think sometimes we wanna, we wanna, we wanna get, we wanna make money so bad, but we try so hard, but we don't, we never get to that finish line. And sometimes we just kind of, if we just kind of take one step at a time and just put one foot in front of the other, we get there quicker than what we think. Believe me, I've had my shares of ups and downs, and I didn't learn from all of them. No, because believe me, I still look back sometimes, and sometimes I shouldn't, but I still look back sometimes, and I think, you know, I should have won that one, but I didn't. But I think that's just our nature. We still do. It doesn't mean that I regret. It just means that I still look back. It doesn't mean you don't think about what happened. You forget. I'm not saying that because we never will forget. We're humans. We're that's our name. We're not gonna forget. People don't forget. We don't forget things. Eventually we do, but sometimes you have that strong mind. We don't forget things. We just don't like to say a lot of things. There's a lot of times that we don't want to say things. We just keep it to ourselves, and boom, it explodes, and then we get upset and we get mad. Believe me, I know. I know about getting angry. I know about getting mad. I know about flipping that switch, about getting upset. And it's not a temper tantrum either, because I don't have those. I just get angry, or I used to. But you kind of just learn to step back and look at the whole picture, and then you kind of like, okay, I got you now. I see you. And you kind of look at everything, and Okay, I remember. Don't forget. You know, you, I don't think people ever forget. You might want to forget, but I don't think you do. This isn't a vampire movie where you're gonna be compelled to forget. I know. The only reason I say that, my wife's been watching the
Vampire
Vampire
Diaries.
Diaries. Lord have mercy. That has, oh my God.
Again,
Anyway,
I've already seen it. I'm
she's
just
seen it
like,
like 50 times.
I'm also watching Supernatural again.
That and Supernatural. Jeez.
That one I've watched a billion times.
Oh my God. Supernatural. Vampire Diaries. Oh my God. If I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 million times. But hey, he makes her happy. And you know how that goes.
Happy wife.
Happy wife.
Happy life.
Not too happy of a husband. You know the deal.
Whatever.
Just kidding, people. Just kidding. I love my
Don't
wife.
act like you don't get into it.
I have a choice. Anyway, no, but it's they're. I think they're funny, and she always gets mad at me because I always tell her, they just ought to just do this and do that, and she's like, it's not part of the movie. I say, well, they ought to know. They've already seen it 3 times. She just starts laughing, but anyway, but that's another thing. But like I said, streaming is fun. Streaming is for anybody and everybody, as long as you have fun. But stream, I think Ren and I were talking about this, and it's one of our friends that watches us when we stream it. When you stream, and I was having problems with this when I first started streaming. I was trying to stream games that people would want to watch, right? And it was frustrating me so much that I didn't want to stream. And it finally hit me. I finally opened my eyes, and I finally woke up. That the reason I was getting so frustrated and agitated was because I was trying to stream what I thought people wanted to watch, instead of streaming the games that I liked. So when I started streaming the games that wanted to play, man, that stress and that anxiety and whatever else just went away. So I started feeling better. And I think streaming the games, I think when it comes to streaming, let me put it this way, it all comes down to you, the person that's streaming. It all comes down to, what do you want to stream? I sometimes have that it's funny because I sometimes have that. So what do you think I should stream it? And it feels like the old what do you feel like eating?
What do you want to eat today?
You know, and the old, what do you feel like eating? What do you want to eat? Well, I don't know. What do you want to eat? Well, what do we have? And it shouldn't be that. It should be, today I'm going to stream Fortnite. Today I'm going to stream Call of the Wild. Today I'm going to stream Call of Duty. Today I'm going to stream the NFL. Today I'm going to stream Fall Guy. Today I'm going to stream fishing. Today I'm going to stream what is going to make you feel better. What is going to make you feel like streaming. I had to stop worrying about how many people were going to watch, or how many people were going to look at the view. I mean, how many views was I going to get? Once I stopped doing that, it didn't matter anymore. I was happy. I was less stressed. I was less agitated. And I think that's what made me feel better. Yeah, eventually, yeah. Now, I know what people think. Yeah, eventually people want to get to that, uh, where you can make money. Of course, who doesn't? Everybody wants to make money. That's the game of life, so to speak. But seriously, if you get there in the way of having fun, isn't making money gonna come the right way? And what I mean by that, it's not gonna be like forced, like, oh, I want all these people to follow me so that I can be an affiliate and so that I can have all these people, and then all of a sudden you have all these people following you, but then when you become an affiliate with 100,000 people following you or whatever, 50,000 people or whatever, you're only going to get people to sponsor you if you have people watching you. So get the people, I don't know, it's my opinion once again, as always, get the people that want to follow you, not just follow for follow. Yes, of course, you follow because they follow, and I understand that. But get the people that follow you because they're interested in you, and because they like what how you do it, and when your honesty, and then they follow you because no matter what you play, they find you interesting. It doesn't matter. And then when you are doing, you have 300,000 people or a million people, whatever, then all of a sudden, every time you do stream, you got so many people already ready for you to start your stream. That's how I see it. But if you don't, you're still happy because you're doing it your way. You're not doing anybody else's way. You're doing it your way. Don't change because you want other people to see you do what they want. Change because you want to change. Don't be anybody else that somebody. Don't be what somebody else wants you to be. Be who you want to be. It doesn't make sense to be somebody else. I always tell my wife, and we laugh about it because she said something one day, it was a while back, and it just blurted out, and I know this has been said so many times. I just told her, just be you, boo, just be you, and it just came out, and it stays with us all the time because I tell her, you gotta just be you. I tell my son that all the time. I told my son that when he was playing football in from junior high to high school. I tell him he's got to be you. You play basketball, you play baseball, you don't want to play, then just be you. Don't play. I don't love you any less because you don't play all the sports I did. I love you because you're you, not because, oh, you're not playing baseball like your dad. Oh my God, what is wrong with you? You're not playing basketball like your dad. Oh, no. Dude, who cares? You are you, and I could care less if you played any sports. So he played football. Yeah, he played baseball, he played basketball, and then all of a sudden he said, I just want to play football. Okay, well fine, play football. That's fine. It don't matter if you play any other sports. It doesn't matter. Actually, but I told him academics comes first.
Welcome back, Eve.
Welcome back, Eve. Welcome back, Red. Thank you for coming back. But like I told you, welcome. You play what you want to play. Don't be anybody but yourself. People have to be in touch with them. You gotta quit being somebody else to make somebody else happy. Because if you're not happy, You got to quit doing that, man. You quit making. I'm not saying quit making other people happy, but you first comes you. You have to be happy, because if you're not happy making other people happy, I don't get it. I don't get it. I see that all the time. Women, men, making being so miserable, but trying to make all the other person happy. Why? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Change this up. The
What?
the battery, please.
Oh, okay.
Might as well change this one too.
Okay.
You know, don't be, don't be unhappy. Be happy with. You have to be happy. You. First of all, you have to be happy with yourself. You have to be happy with who you are, and where you are, and where you're going to. If you're not happy with that, you need to change directions. And I'm talking about in anything, whether it's your health, whether it's your weight, whether it's your relationship, your determination to where you want to be. I mean, it's look around you. And if I'm being too harsh, then
Did I do that right?
then you gotta, you gotta think about where, where things that my wife had to change my hearing aid.
Don't do that. No.
No, I don't know how you did it.
I'm gonna try to get it right and push it in there.
There you go. You gotta push it in. It's on now. Thanks. Anyway, but you
Sorry.
you have to be in the attitude that you have to be happy for yourself. You. And then you can be trying to make other people happy. I don't know, I always tell my wife, if she's happy, she obviously we've been together for 19 years. We've and we've been through thick and thin. We haven't, nothing physical, nothing like that. No, I'm not saying, but we've been through, odds and then, when we first started, it was trying to, being, it wasn't easy. But any relationship that's gonna be, or any marriage that's gonna be long lasting is never easy.
I don't know if I can't figure out.
You didn't open it?
No, I opened it. I just don't know if it's working.
Sorry. Good.
Oh, I think it's working. Is it working?
Yeah, it's working.
Okay.
Thank you.
It took a little bit for it to. You're welcome.
Yeah, batteries are dying on my hearing aid. Not that it's a bad idea. I want to have to be able to, hear the old ball and chain on.
Whatever, you have to hear me.
I'm
Hear
just
me
kidding.
sing my songs all day long.
Yeah, she loves to sing, so.
I'm not good at it though. That's the bad part. I'm not like.
She's not like a good
I'm
singer.
not ready to make an album, but.
I don't think she ever will be.
And then you want me to go get you some tea after you just.
Come on,
Bad talking.
your album will come out soon. You're gonna drop it.
I got it?
Your album will come out soon.
Uh oh. Is it okay?
Soon after, I don't know.
can hear it squeaking.
I'm clicking my little. Clicking.
Maybe take it out and put it back in. It says like if it's not placed inside your ear right, it does that noise.
It's fine. You're not singing, right?
You
It
know
was your high.
talking about
It's your high pitch.
Bruno.
It's your high pitch of singing that makes it click.
Whatever.
Anyway, love you. But anyway, but no, I mean, I think that being happy is very important, and I think that we need to understand that we need to quit denying ourselves from that. And I think that we seem to be okay with denying our happiness for ourselves before it's I don't know, it's just hard to explain. It's not hard to explain, it's just hard to I don't know, maybe I'm not saying like I said, we've been through some hard times, and it hasn't been easy, but we managed to get through with it, you know? I mean, we managed to work hard. Just a few months ago, not even a couple months ago, my wife lost her job that she's had for 8 years. We're going, almost 9 years. Uh, the company just, we don't need you no more. It wasn't easy for her. But there's corporations that just don't care. They use you and abuse you, and then they just let you go. It's just the way it is. But that's life. She took it hard. But like I always tell her, we find a way. And we do, and we will. And that's just the way it goes. So, uh, we we work through these things. We go through these hardships that some people, that a lot of people go through. There's a lot of us that go through this, and I mean a lot of us. Hundreds of millions of people go through this. We're not the only ones. Yeah, we could have felt sorry for each other and oh my God and oh this and but we just you know just go with it, and then we just take it one day at a time, and we're gonna be all right. We're gonna move forward one day at a time. We're gonna go with it, and that's what I'm talking about. That's the part that is hard for so many people. And it is. I'm not. It's not easy. No, it's not easy. It's not. I know. But you can't let that take over your everyday life. We have a son, and we have a life, and we have to keep moving. We got to keep moving forward. Just can't say, ah, well, it's over. No, it's not. It's just easier said than done. True. True. I know. I know what some of y'all, I know what people are thinking. I know we had to cut back uh, on some things, but hey, that's okay. you know, we just take it a day at a time. We work. She worked hard. She was good at what she did, but you know, it's just one of those things that the company thought she wasn't good enough, but we knew she was. She got bonuses. She got awards. She got all this stuff, and then they told her she wasn't good enough. And the people they kept never got bonuses, never got awards, but they were the best ones. And how did we know that? Is because some of those people called her and told her that they were told that they were better than her. Go figure it. But anyway, that's beside the point. But I just want to throw that in there because that's how corporations work. At times that, you know, and when she heard that, it even got, but she was here because I was here to support her in how she felt. And I understood. And I just told her, let it out. Took a couple weeks, and she finally got over it. But you can't rush that. You have to let her do her own. And after she got that, we got the streaming. It took a while. It took a we've been streaming maybe I don't know about a month or so, month and a half or so, something like that. And we started streaming Animal Crossing together and on her channel and on her Twitch, Itza Marie 582. Uh, and then I started doing mine, and then we started talking, and here we are. I'm doing this too, so I'm doing my games, and I'm doing not only my games, but I'm also doing this now. So I'm kind of combining my games and chat with this. I call it a podcast, but anyway, whatever.
Are you reading the chat or no?
Huh?
Are you reading the chat or no?
No, what was it?
You have to process feelings or they keep coming back. I don't know when she put that, but I was over there.
Oh, right
reading
now.
too.
She just put it back. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was talking about how you felt when they got rid of you.
Oh yeah.
And you're right. You're right,
The
Red.
thing to remember is to feel your feelings and then process them and move on, not unpack and live there in grief, sadness, or anger.
Exactly. Yep.
Truth.
Exactly, Red. I mean, and I think that's why I did with Itza. You know, she needed to have that time to kind of let it go, let it out, and then, okay. When she was ready, it was time for her to. It was time for us to move forward, and say, okay, what do we do now? Well, we start streaming. Of course, we couldn't start streaming till after my heart procedure. So that's why we didn't start streaming till after January.
Yeah, okay.
It was January 15th, wasn't it? Something like that, or January something. I don't know.
I have it in my phone.
But that's when we started streaming. Was January, because of my I had a procedure of my heart. Of my heart. I had a heart procedure on December 30th. And then I started streaming my own stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what date was it. I didn't write that down. Sorry.
Well, you should have put it on that date, wouldn't it? When you put it on your thing, on your when you sent it out. Anyway, I keep telling Atlas he can't help how you feel, but you are in full control of your actions. Yeah, that's true. That is so true. I think people. I think everyone needs to understand that we are in control. We always say that. I learned one thing in sales. When I was in sales, I learned one thing.
January 18th.
Huh?
January 18th.
January 18th is when we started. Uh, Tomorrow will be a month, February 18th, and that's not, can we do it every day. January 18th is when we started streaming. Um, I say one thing that I learned in sales, and this is what Eve just put on, and we are going to have a healthy outlets. Yep, that's true. Uh, when he said you are in full control of your actions, one thing I learned is that we were told. I went to a sales conference, to a Brian Tracy sales conference. He's the one that taught me the cafeteria style of selling, or of gathering stuff, cafeteria style, like grabbing from different genres of different things and putting it in your plate and then mixing it together and making it your own style. He said, you are where you're at today because that's where you chose to be. Let me repeat that. You are where you are today because that is where you chose to be. And he said, I want you to sit down and chew on that and let it just stew for a while in that little brain of yours. And I'll never forget what he about that. But I thought about that and I thought, wow. And it's like they always say, for every action, there's a reaction. Whether it's negative or positive, there is a reaction for every action. But we are where we are today because that's where we chose to be. And I thought, man, Brian Tracy was so much like Zig Ziglar or Judge Ziglar, which were brothers. And they were all motivational speakers. And I always wanted to be like them. I always thought maybe one day, but I did see Zig Ziglar in back in my day too. He called his wife Red too. I remember that, his little Red. He was married to a redhead.
Oh, Zig Ziglar?
Zig Ziglar, yeah. Yeah, but that's true. We make our own. But you know. But anyway, getting back. I mean, I think we are. We do what we want. When we're happy, we have happier. I mean, obviously, we have so much happier
There's your
outcome.
chance. The first step is the hardest. Says Eve.
Here's your chance.
The
The
first
first
step
step is the hardest. That's, yeah, Zig Ziglar. That is true. And it is. The first step is always the hardest. It's 1,000. The first 1,000.
What?
What's that? The 1,000. What's that? They said they told us. I'm trying to think of what they said. They used to tell us in the cells too about the
Oh.
to walk 100,000 to To walk 100,000 steps, the first step is always the hardest. They always used to put stuff like that in front of us. They used to say, how do you eat an elephant, or how do you eat how do you eat a big elephant one bite at a time?
I don't want to eat an elephant. That would have been my answer. I don't want to.
It doesn't matter
I don't.
because people look at it and say you don't want to eat. You don't eat elephants. Yeah, you do. You eat it one bite at a time. It's not that you eat. It's metaphorically. You don't eat the elephant. It's just how do you eat it? Just one step,
Okay.
one bite at a time. It's like conquering a big problem. How do you conquer the problem? You just one step at a time. You do it. You figure it out. It's like this. Okay, there's a there's a problem. Okay, what's the problem? This is the problem. You find a solution, and then you go fix it. That's the whole thing. I think that's what's wrong with the world today. We know there's problems, but we never find the solutions, and we never try to fix it.
When I get a real craft studio in the future, I'm gonna put up demotivational posters to make me laugh. Demotivational posters.
Demotivational. How can I fly? Well, what did I have in? I had one in my office one time that said, "How can I fly with? How can I soar like an eagle when I work with a bunch of turkeys?" The guys used to laugh at that all the time. When are you gonna take that down, Joe? I said, I can't. When the turkeys go away, I'll take it down. They used to laugh at me all the time. I said, man, that's not right, man. I said, why? I said, I can't take it down until y'all leave. They used to laugh. It's not right, man.
Well,
Yeah.
it's funny.
Yeah, well, it was funny. Made them laugh. Made them work harder too. Yeah, but I think that a lot of times we need to understand each other. We need to try to understand each other. We don't need to be perfect. We don't need to be what's that?
Oh, my hair's coming out in the stream.
We don't need to be perfect. We don't need to be. I always just tell people we don't need to. We don't need to be perfect, and we don't need to be right all the time. We just need to be able to work with each other and understand each other. And we need to be able to make things right when they go wrong. Because it makes it easier to have a better a workplace when things go smoother. Because there were so many times when some of these guys would just be jealous of each other or of everybody that was better, that they thought was better than that other guy. And I would always tell them, as a sales manager, I was telling them, I said, why are you always so so mad at that guy? Well, he has higher numbers than me. Well, then go do something about it. Don't be mad at him because he's working harder than you, or because he has better work ethics than you.
She sent a picture of one. It says, "The sky is the limit. Too bad you can't fly." Demotivational.
Oh, Red.
But that's true. There's so much jealousy in the workplace. It's like
There's a lot of jealousy in the workplace.
we should help each other. We should be, no.
So much jealousy, it's not even funny. And I think that's what got me down a lot in sales. There's so much jealousy. There's
That's gotta be even harder because in sales, it's like I'm sure the jealousy was even worse because it's like, oh, because isn't that like you get commission and all that? So if someone does
Well,
better
yeah.
than you, they make more than you. So the jealousy is like easier to
Well, yeah.
have.
There was jealousy because you got a bigger commission because you sold a lot more
But
or
then
you
it
sold
should
it
be
bigger.
like, well, then I'm gonna work hard and why be
Yeah, but it
jealous?
didn't
Like,
look that way.
dude, he's doing good. Let me.
Yeah.
Should have been.
But that's just it. People are very. I don't know. There's some people that just don't want to work. They want the money in their hands before they go and work it. I don't know. It just. I think about it now, and I think sales was never really a hard job for me.
I could never do sales.
Well, some people just
Like to
aren't.
have quotas and to be like,
And now that you say that, the quotas, that's what we had. We had quotas. We had to do things on a daily basis. We all had quotas. Everybody had quotas. But I went beyond the quotas to get higher pay because that's what my life was about, making the commission, not about just making the quota. Making the quota meant that you only were going to make this much money. But if you went over that quota, you were going to make more money. It just depends how you looked at it was all the mind frame that you had. You wanted to make so much money, then you went this much. But if you went over and beyond, then you were gonna make more money. It just depends on how you looked at it. They told you to go talk to 20 people a day, but I talked to 50 people a day. And when you talk to 50 people a day, and then they told you, okay, now you need to have at least, you know, next week you need to have at least 5 appointments. Well, I had 10 appointments. Well, when you had 10 appointments, that means you had twice the chance of selling uniforms to people. So I had double chance instead of having five. So if the national average was 3 out of 10, then what are the chances of me selling just 5 appointments? I could sell one, but if I had with 10 appointments, maybe I can sell 4 or 5 because I always believed that I was a better closer.
a lot of pressure though.
Well, not if you liked it. I enjoyed sales, so it wasn't work for me. It was pretty good because I enjoyed
You're
talking to
enjoying
people.
it, yeah. You do. You're good at it too.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that, but it was still kind of hard because you still had to find that niche to talk to different people. Every day was a different person, so every day was different ways of talking to people. But it took me time to learn to talk to different people because it wasn't overnight. It took me at least 6 to 8 months to have different people every day. And sometimes you had to talk to the good old boy, the guy that owned, a restaurant, the guy that owned a restaurant with 5 people, the guy that owned the restaurant with 20 people, the guy that owned the restaurant with 50 people, and then the guy that owned a garage with 3 people, the guy that owned the oil field, changing oil in cars with 20 people, one that owned a garage station with 10 people, and then you had guys that owned a company with 20 people, with 40 people, with 10 people, with 4 people. So you had your real how you doing? What's going on? And then you had, hey, what's going on, Joe? Hey, well, then you had to, can I help you? You're real stuck up people. You're real, you know. So you had to change hats all the time. You had to change the good old boy hat to the scholar to the oh, I got to talk to a lawyer now. I got to talk to this rich man that owns he don't want to he don't want to let his money go, so you have to kind of convince him that it's a good it's good business to do with Cintas because he has you know it's an investment. It's not throwing his money away. It's gonna save him money at the end of the year. You have to show him all that. So you just couldn't just barge in there. You had to just talk to him first instead of trying to sell him. You had to talk to him and then make another appointment so that way you can bring all your bullets and information of why he was going to buy from you, and then boom, you gave him all the information of why he was going to buy from you instead of trying to sell him right then and there because you had no information why you were just getting information from him of how you were going to sell him. And most salespeople don't understand that. They don't understand that you're going to go in there and get the information from him first. They're going to go in there and say, "Oh, you need to buy from me because we didn't." Dude, I don't need you. I'm a rich man. I don't need this. I can buy those uniforms. I can buy those mats. I can buy this. But then when you go back in there, well, if you sold this, you'll be able to save 3% on this, 7% on this, 20% on this, and all this stuff right here. At the end of the year, it's a write-off. What? A write-off? Hold on. Yeah, I can write all this off. Yes, sir. It's 100% write-off because you don't own any of this. We're renting it to you. So that means at the end of this of each year, you're going to be able to write 100% of all this rental stuff because Cintas is the one doing all the work for you, and you're paying for all the work, and we're writing it off for you. It's 100% write-off because it's a lease. You're not buying anything. Oh, well, in that case, and you're getting him interested in something that he's paying, but then he's going to get it back at the end of the year because they need to find places where they can write off stuff because they make so much money. They need to write off so much money at the end of the year. That's where your sales savvy comes in with numbers, and that's why you need to know numbers when it comes, especially financial numbers. And some people don't know that. Anybody can sell something, but it's a number of who you're going to sell. You can sell to the small mom and pops, but it's the big corporations where you make the big money because that's the people that are going to buy from you, and then they're going to tell their people, their friends, and that's where you make your bigger numbers. But I could never get some of the salespeople to understand that because they were so jealous of each other, or they were jealous of me, and I was like, you know what, dude, just next, I wouldn't mess with them. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. If you running in, that's another thing I want to. If you're running into a wall with somebody, walk away. Walk away from that person and go. Just leave them alone. Let them hit their heads and just walk away. Don't waste your time. It's not gonna help you. I know, may sound bad, may sound ugly, but it's not worth it. It's not worth you wasting your time on it.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you. I'm just saying. It's not worth it. It's not worth you doing it. So,
That's true.
I mean, But anyway, how long we been talking now?
I don't know. So I was trying to figure out how to tell. Let me see. If I do this, let's see. Does this work?
But,
Hashtag uptime. See if that works.
uptime. Anyway, so,
I guess that doesn't work. I don't know how long. I don't know how long.
well,
It doesn't show me. Does it show it on yours if you tap the screen?
I don't know, what am I supposed
Tap.
to tell?
Just tap your face. Does it say anywhere how long?
No, it just says end.
Yeah, I don't know how long we've been talking.
So,
Oh,
what?
I don't know how long we've been. Oh, maybe if I do this.
Well, anyway, is there anything else? I know this is my first chat. I want to thank everyone that has come in. We are going to do a little bit of
Yeah. Sorry, Michael. This
Huh?
isn't a review. Michael said, "Can we get a Death Grips The Power That Beat album review?" Is that a review channel? Sorry. He wants
Oh.
to review some album. It's not a review channel.
Oh, sorry, man. I appreciate.
Nope, doesn't tell me either. I don't know. I'm not gonna tell how long. You think?
I'm not a review channel. Sorry, I'm not a review channel. Album review. What's that?
That's what he's saying. He wants you to do a review on Death Grips, the Power That Be album. It's a band. I don't know.
Oh, it's a band.
He
Oh,
wants you to
okay.
listen, do a review on the
Okay.
album, on a song,
Oh,
on
okay.
somebody's album.
Well, do we have the album?
No, I don't know who they
I
are.
gotta get the album. That would be good to do reviews on the album.
Or on a show or something.
Yeah. Well, what's his name, Micah?
I think it's Michael. I don't know.
I'll have to get that album and maybe do a review, and then that'll be a good thing to do. Hey, that would be a good idea. Why don't you write that down so we can probably find out what that review is? That would be cool to do. Get a review on that. Yeah, that'd be a good idea to do that. Can we get a Death Grips, the Powers of the Death B album review? Hey, that would be a good idea. Be something different for me. Why not? Do you have any reviews online?
What do you mean?
We're looking that up.
No, I'm just writing it down.
Oh, okay. Is there anything online?
Well, you can't listen to it on the stream because if it's
Oh, that's right.
copyrighted, it
No,
belongs
but is
to
there
you.
anything online on the reviews?
I think he wants you to listen to it and review.
Oh,
Not
okay.
read reviews.
All right. I'll listen to it, and then I'll review it. I have to listen to it, though.
Yeah, he wants you to listen to it
Okay.
and then give your review on it.
I sure will. Well, that's a good idea. That'll work.
I wrote that down so you can
All right.
take it with you. Yeah, you can't listen to it on stream because I mean you could, but then
No, I don't
they
want.
may-
I don't want to. I don't want them to
they
cut
may
down
take
on it.
down or, yeah.
That's a good idea.
I can't. I'm still trying to figure out how
All
long
right.
you've been up. I don't know.
Well, we'll get that, and we'll check that out, and then we'll kind of find the reviews. I'll review it, see what you got. Is there anything else that we can do? This is my first chat here. I hope I want to thank everybody that came in and out, and if you liked it, and if you enjoyed what we talked about, please give me a follow, and I appreciate everybody that came by. Red, thank you. Appreciate you being here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna stop for the day, and I'm gonna see what we can do. I think we're gonna do Animal Crossing next here in a little bit. I gotta do something for Animal Crossing. I gotta do at least that. Me and Nita are gonna do some Animal Crossing, and then we'll be back in a little bit after a little break. But I appreciate it. I really do appreciate that. This was fun, though. I enjoyed it. Uh, I'm glad you were here. And I don't know, man. I kind of like this. I kind of enjoyed it. Kind of.
If you have any ideas on like
If
things you'd
anybody
like me to
has
talk
any
about,
ideas of what they like to do, like I think it was Micah. I think it was Michael. I think it was Michael that gave me that. Maybe I'll find out what that band is, listen to it, give it some reviews.
Yeah, you can
You can message me.
His Twitter is Papa_Jojo24. You could message him on Twitter.
Yeah, there's all my stuff right there on from Streamlabs. You can follow me and you can message me. Let me know you have any ideas you want to talk about. I just talked about things that popped in my head, something like that. I hope I didn't bore y'all. I just wanted to talk about different things. Like I said, we can talk about just about anything under the sun, and we can go from there. Just let me know, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. I mean, I did. I enjoyed it. Glad y'all were here. Glad y'all stopped by and took a peek. And like I say, and like I always do, thank y'all for the support. And thank you for being here. And this is Papa Jojo coming to y'all. And thank you. And I appreciate it. And I'm going to say love and peace. And y'all take care. And we'll see y'all later. All right. I am out of here. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye now.